Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, we like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Rakakodash. We like to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. We like to say shalom to the elect that teach His word in all true faith and sincerity. On the brother Barak and with me,
Brother Ryan.
And yeah, we're the icon from the Great Millstone Church here in Birmingham. And what else could we do but prophesy and tell you the intents and purposes of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, the prophecies, you know, and the Lord, His intent is to destroy America. And before that, it's going to be a beautiful piece of work that's on display before that happens. You know, time of trouble. The Karagma is the talk of the town, because that's going to be a big part of the evils, you know, to come upon the planet Earth. You got something?
Con. It's the book of Revelations 3.
Spirit, I'll think about that.
Jumping down to verse 10, it says, because thou hast kept the word of my patience.
See, because keeping the word of the patience of Yahweh by Shema Shai is hold fast to His doctrine. You know, to believe the report, to hold fast to the doctrine, man. You got it?
Con. It says, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation.
So it shows how powerful this word is. It's a preserver. This word is going to preserve us from the hour of temptation, which is nigh, man. You know, concerning the mandate of that seal, which is the mark of the beast. Of the beast, you know, you got to kind of
space it out. That.
Mark of the beast, you know what I mean? But it's the seal. What else could it be? Where is the momentum heading towards but this digital society that we see before us, man?
Even CB DC.
That's it.
It's getting to a point where now even Israelites have to throw that in there, man. You know, it's getting to a point where Yahweh Shema Shai, he's making his words manifest. You know, Ezekiel 33 and 32 is coming to pass right before these people's eyes. You know? But I got that word temptation for you. This the word temptation, Strong's G3986. It says trial proving.
See, a trial of proving. Because that heat gonna cut up, man. That fire's gonna turn up. You know, to prove whether the gold, the silver. Also that
wood, hay, and
that
stuff.
wood, matter of fact, get that in 1 Corinthians, the 3rd chapter. I believe that's the 11th verse. Because when that's gonna prove what sort, you know, what material you is. What are those precious minerals, the precious stones and gold, or the wood staying humble. The woods, hay and stubble. Salaki. You got it out.
Con, this 1 Corinthians 3, and I'm gonna start at verse 11. It says, for other foundations can no man lay, then that is laid, which is Yahweh Shai Mashiach.
So yeah, you gotta build this house upon that rock, man, which is our Lord Yahweh Shai, and that's on display in this time, by the way, of these teachings, man. You got it.
It says, now if any man build upon this foundation gold, silver, precious stones, wood, hay, stubble.
See, yeah, so upon this foundation, it talks about you got to take heed how you build. You know, you got it.
It says, every man's work shall be made manifest, for the day shall declare it.
See, the day shall declare it, man. The time that we come in is going to determine what materials that fire you're going to be able to withstand that fire. That hay ain't going to, once the fire hit, it's going to catch. That stubble, that wood, it take a little longer, but once it catches. But the gold, the silver, the precious stone is going to hold up. And that's why we hope to be a part of that righteous number, man. You know, but the key to it is that, you know, holding fast to this word, man.
That's it.
You know, building our foundation upon Yahweh Shai. That's what's going to withstand the storm and the rain and, you know, the troubles that we in these troubles. It's just only going to increase to the point where everybody got to acknowledge it. Demon, man.
Hey, so like just backing you up about that gold, wood, hay, and stubble. That's basically gonna, you know, the fire trying that gold, wood, hay, and stuff, that's actually gonna try your faith, man.
That's it.
Through these different trials and tribulation. I got some real quick.
Yeah.
This Proverbs 25 and verse 4. Take away the dross from the silver, and there shall come forth a vessel for the finer. So when that the wood, hay, and stuff, once they catch on fire, they gone. It's downhill from now. But once that precious stones or the precious metals catch on fire, they become more pure. And that's what basically us catching hell is made for, man. Us to be that purified man, to be that chaste virgin at the coming of Yahweh Shah. That's why you go into that word tribulation. It says to test. You know, for lack of better words, the Lord giving us the shit test to see if we truly believe upon him, man. You know?
Yep. Matter of fact, since you said that, I'll get Proverbs 24 and 10, Baba Shah.
This is the book of Proverbs 24, jumping down, in verse 10. It says, if thou faint in the day of adversity, thy strength is small.
See, you talk about that furnace of adversity, that heat, you know, that fire. And if you faint in that day, that means you wasn't that stone, that gold, the silver. You know, that it said your strength is small, so you succumb to it.
Yeah.
Now you got to see him. Because ultimately that's what it's going to lead to. You know, do you believe in Yahweh Shema Shai? Do you believe that the Lord did feed Elijah with the ravens? You believe Yahweh Shai fed the multitude? It talks about how the Lord, his works is not even in the book. So really the sky's the limit concerning the miracles of Yahweh Shai, man.
Hey, even so like even the famous Christian, I could do all things.
Yeah.
You know, they don't even know what that means though, through the Spirit. You know? It's like
that's it. That's it. Cause this believing in Yahweh Shema Shai, hey, that's gonna always give us an outlet concerning these troublesome times. You know? Niggas, man. Damn, that's crazy. But that's a sight. Get with the Isaiah 30. Oh, you finna get something?
I got you. This is the book of Isaiah 33 and verse 6. So like Isaiah 33 and 6, it says, and wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times.
See, wisdom and knowledge is gonna stabilize us in these times. What times? The times of trouble that we are in, man. And it's only going to increase. And these people falling apart now. Which this is a soft society. This society is so soft. In and everything make these people cry and ball up. You know, just watching you got fucking these trannies, they'll fall apart if you misgender them. Nigga got a 5 o'clock shadow. But it's ma'am.
Yeah.
It's ma'am.
In gangs, he checking. He got tears in his eyes. G checking you.
Yeah. So how about when the water gets cut off, the power goes out, the lack of food and water. These newly created beasts, not just the lion and bear that you're familiar with, which they are fierce animals.
Yeah.
But some you ain't never seen. It got a crazy smell to it. You smell it before you see it. These are the things that's approaching the planet Earth. But guess what? Us having the cheat code, which is the word, is going to keep us stable. Why? Because the Lord gave us the heads up. These things are to come upon the planet Earth. That's what that warning is for. When you read Ezekiel the 33rd chapter. Because in that warning, us taking heed to it will lead to us delivering our souls. You got something?
Real quick.
You got it, bro.
Proverbs 2 and 10. When wisdom enter into thine heart, and knowledge is pleasant unto thy soul.
See, and that's this truth. Is once we receive it, it was pleasant unto us, man.
Yeah.
The form of relief. You know, that joy. You got it.
It says, discretion shall preserve thee, understanding shall keep thee.
See how you see discretion and understanding is going to keep us.
Yeah.
This wisdom, which is doing it now, is we being kept by having this wisdom from on us. You know, a surface level from us, our diet. You don't eat pork and shit. To how you deal, you know, in the world. You know, a cop pull you over. That's all part of this wisdom being preserved, us being preserved by the way of this word. You know, also.
They know it's like they're doing the things that's pleasing to your high by Shah.
That's it.
The foolishness of preaching. No, they will keep you preserved from these dangerous times. You know, like you said, you know when Esau pull you over, you ain't give me Revelations. You telling the police to give you,
give me Acts 5.
Yeah. So he gonna step back and aim and fire on you, man.
Yeah.
That's not wisdom, because we say wisdom preserve thee from dangers. It's another one, when the ways of a man please the Lord, the Lord make his enemies at peace with him. Why? Because he'll have the wisdom of Yahweh Shah upon him, man. You know?
Yep. And ultimately, when that sea hill comes, see, that's gonna be that snare that people don't even see, that's coming upon them. You got these. It's gonna be some event that's gonna lure these people in, but the Lord has given us the discretion to show that, hey, that's a trap.
Yeah.
That's why Scripture talk about in vain the net is spread in the sight of any bird. But that's about having this wisdom, that light. But that's gonna lead to us being kept and preserved.
That's it.
You gotta do what?
It says to deliver thee from the way of the evil man.
Being delivered from the evil man. Who is the evil man? Esau, Edom. Who else could it be? If not, where and who is he? And that show you, that scripture, it was an answer to it.
Yeah.
Somebody had the answer to that concerning the wicked. And I dare you to say the Arabs. Because who came up with the nuclear plants? That in itself shows that the so-called white man is the wicked. You got it out.
It says, from the man that speaketh forward things.
See, from the man that speaketh forward things. And that shows, hey, that's going to be part of this man's advances.
Yeah.
His laws, his legislations. That's what's gonna be the downfall to a lot of people. Because this man passed these different laws, and then you're gonna have certain jakes to say, they'll use that Romans the 13th chapter.
Yeah.
To be subject unto the higher powers. But hey, you read the three holy children, hey, they didn't regard that decree.
Yeah, we're not.
You got it.
We're not careful to answer thee on this matter.
That's it.
It said, let it be known.
Yep.
So Yahweh Shah deliver. But let's say if you do put us to death, let it be known we ain't gonna bow down. And that's a high level of integrity and character, man. Firmly standing upon the things that you truly believe in, man. Because you can talk the talk all day long, but once you go through hell, that's actually like, you can talk the talk now, but once shit really pop off, let's see what you still be walking the walk, man.
Yep.
Because again, it's gonna be times when trials and tribulation, and a lot of people are gonna fold, man. But the Lord is gonna have the spirit upon His elect to stand stiffly, man, and to endure these crazy times becoming. Because that's the only way you can really explain it. It's some crazy times coming upon the planet Earth, man. Evils and only evils. Yeah.
That's it.
You got it, though.
Let
me get get something. I got one more real quick.
You got it, bro.
This is the book of Proverbs 1. This is the book of Proverbs 1. And I'm going to start at verse 10. Get to the point. It says, my son, if sinners entice thee, consent thou not. And just basically going back into that sea hut, man, when these devils finna try to force that device upon you, that way of life, that new living. Been like the brother mentioned earlier, these different laws and legislations, because their word mandate is going to be thrown around more and more as we get closer into that time.
Yeah, that's the spirit. I was thinking requirement.
Yeah,
that's another word for mandate. Mandatory, required. It's required for you to, that's mandatory. You got to go out. So like,
it said that was it. That's beautiful, man. Cause just going back, because again, once you're required to have a device inside you, then it's OV, for the lack of better words, man. But you got it though, bro.
Hey, that's heavy. Can you read that again?
Proverbs 1 and 10. My son, if sinners entice thee, consent thou not.
See, consent thou not, and it shows that it's going to be presented unto you as well. That thing, because that's going to be the ultimate enticement. The hour of temptation.
Yeah.
You tempted because that's the only way you go into Publix.
Yeah, they're gonna have some credits,
Yeah. You already got so many credits when you get it. Ain't like you started from this how this devil's gonna lure you in and get you in the negative and you got the C hip and you still in the negative. No, this devil's gonna lure you in a way to where you got 10 bands in the account. Nigga went to go get him an outfit. You know,
they're gonna push forth on the comfortable lifestyle.
That's it.
That comfortability is gonna lead to a lot of niggas downfall, man. It's gonna lead to a lot of people folding because they're so used to being an American.
Yep.
That's why we, you know, for lack of better words, we stray away from that title. You know, African American.
Yeah,
man.
that's a cringe.
Yeah.
Nigga say he black or African American, run.
Yeah.
Cause best believe then they got an empty Fago bottle in the back seat somewhere. Or Pepsi.
High blood pressure.
Yeah.
Blood pressure. Wondering why you going off and stuff like that. You like, man.
Yeah, pop the blood vessel.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, what else, man? This we in the time where the Lord is showing himself, man. And it's by the way of these prophecies. And who he's dealing with, who the Lord dealing with. It talks about how Samuel, none of his words fell to the ground. They knew who Samuel was, man. Because the prophecy he brought forth and they seen it. Everything he said held up. And that's why they trembled. When he came into the city, they were like, oh shit, Sammy coming with it again. Well, guess what? Hey, you seeing that they starting the apostles and the elders of great millstone on down. Yahweh Shema Shai is dealing, man. Because that prophecy that breaks everything up. Everybody might agree on the so-called white man or America being Babylon the Great. But when this MOTB, and as you see the momentum is heading towards, you know who the Lord dealing with, man. You know, the apostles and elders of great millstone on down. You know, the prophets. And we seeing the intents. We are the ones that present you the intents and purposes of Yahweh Shema Shai. And as you can see, it's playing out on the planet Earth as the waters coming from on high. Matter of fact, we'll end off on that. We'll just do it, end off on that. You know, 55, yeah, it started like 10.
This is the book of Isaiah 55, jumping down to verse 10. Verse 10, it says, for as the rain cometh down and the snow from heaven.
See, as the rain cometh down, it talks about the Lord's gonna rain down the doctrine.
That's prophecy.
Yep, and it's as prophecy. That show that this doctrine is prophecy. It's centered around prophecy. It's not to be a better person in America, good Israelite in America, no bullshit. It's centered around prophecy. And it says, set thy face against Mount Seir. So this is prophecy against Edom. That's the basis of it, man. You know, but it says from as the rain coming from on high, man, the heavens, this decree is from the heaven. Our Lord Yahweh Shai said that my doctrine is not mine, but he is that sent me. So this coming from up top. And you can't override it. Because even in Jeremiah 1st chapter talks about the Lord set us over the nations, over the kingdoms. Why? Because he put his hand on our mouth. You got it.
It says, and returneth not thither, but watereth the earth.
So it says, "Is returneth not thither," meaning it's gonna accomplish. It's not gonna. The Lord ain't gonna renege on what He said. It says it's gonna water the earth. You got it.
It says, and maketh it bring forth in bud.
So, and that's what you said about us bringing forth this word, as the scripture talks about how the waters cover the sea. Now things are beginning to grow. Now, seeing the men a great millstone talk about the famine. Now you see it. By the way, of these articles, food shortages, processing plants being burned down. You got it.
It says that it may give seed to the sower and bread to the eater.
So yeah, and this is what's contributed to our faith, you know, and us being satisfied as these things take place upon the planet Earth. Why? Because it's happening. The words of Yahweh Shema Shai is manifesting, man. You know, but you got anything else? Yeah, so we just hope to edify. We'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Rakak Wadash. We'd like to